You have a energy and a gumption that enables you, empowers you to step into a place and navigate it will almost look effortlessly. But it's really arcane to people who don't have that ability.
Right. Right.
And the reciprocal is true. You come and walk in Curtis shoes, you're like, what the hell is this?
Right.
But I'm just ice skating through it.
Right.
But what happens is this is years too. It's an art to learning it.
Right.
So now we're talking about honing our crafts.
Right.
Because while you still got the art, you still have to cultivate it. That go back to the parable of the talents. I
Right.
gotta do something.
Right.
God is not gonna sit there and let you be a spectator. It's not passive, it's active. That's why I say the word became flesh and wasn't made. Made makes them passive.
Right.
So if I'm the divine image, I gotta make something. We're here making something now.
Absolutely.
We're making something right. Somebody, this is blessing somebody somewhere. Somebody we'll probably never meet. Some household, some professional, some mother, some nephew, some niece, somebody who's like, what the hell am I gonna do today? Or somebody who like, man, I have a grandiloquent life, but I'm still not fulfilled.
I find that like what you're talking about is super true, for lack of a better word, right?
Mhm.
Super true. That's the most that's the most genuine phrase I think I said today. There is a weird thing about human connection, and I'll draw something that we both experienced last Friday at that fatherhood thing at VCU. There were two gentlemen at my table, father and son. I'm not sure if you recall this.
Yes,
the
yes, I do.
one gentleman had literally just got out of 16 years of prison
Yes, Brother Shane.
10 months ago, and he was there with his 16-year-old son that was the age he was when he got sent to prison. And then his son was sharing in the group of the men at the table I was at. So we had this fatherhood fatherhood focused event at VCU that allowed for some like group interaction, and then you had some really poignant questions about I recall like what, and I'm not sure if you're the one that came up with the questions or who it was, but it was a really interesting question. The first one, do you recall what it was? It was essentially about leadership, love, and was it support?
Yes.
Like what actions can we do to influence the way our children view leadership, love, and leadership, support, and love, or love, support, and leadership? What do you remember what it was?
So I don't remember it exactly verbatim, but how I got to that was one, I attribute everything to God and divine energy, but I still had to ruminate on it. So it's about empowering in perpetuity because we don't go through the same challenges as we go through generations or even through everyday life.
Right.
So as parents, we have to take the hierarchical out. We have to relate like this horizontal, not talk at you, I'm talking to you. So I have to have empathy for what you're going through. So that means, yeah. So if and I'm just saying for illustration, but if I'm Brother Charlie's son, if he truly wants to be in tune with me, he has to listen to me and know what I'm going through.
Right.
And to be able to look at principles that may be able to be tailored to help me negotiate and filter what I'm going through. Or he may say, you know what? I don't have an answer, but I'm gonna be right here. And sometimes your presence is just enough.
How scary is that for fathers that don't know the answers?
It's hella scary. I'm dealing with two girls right now, and they deal with a reality that I couldn't imagine. Because first of all, I'm not a woman.
Right.
That's the first part. And this generation, now granted, I'm what I guess I call Gen X, on the cusp right before technology started. But they're dealing with a whole reality where they're more sacrosanct and intellectuality, excuse me, but not really practical. But one thing I can appreciate about them is they don't move. They want to see something in results. And I think this is part of where I think our spirituality needs to go, because God's like, yeah, we're not dealing with the ethereal, but I'm looking to take you somewhere you haven't done before. So they're looking for practical principles that can be applied daily. And I love it. So it forces us into a creative space, because we were brought up for the most part being an oppression Olympics and wait for the better day to come. The generation now say, no, make that motherfucker now.
Right. Right.
So while it sounds harsh, it's imperative on us to do that. It's imperative upon us to do that.
Right.
And so yeah.
How did you and your wife, you guys, what's your business